done, isn't it, with the price list?
Yeah, I've never done one before. To be fair, because of the video, Jake said the video I did was really good. So he said, you need to get out to the people because people don't know what we sell. And to be fair, I think he's right.
Yeah, agreed.
So let's hopefully this will... So we're now live on YouTube. Let's broadcast on here. So we're now live. So we'll just give it a couple of minutes. A couple of people are just joining straight away. So we'll just wait for these lovely people to join. So whether you're watching live on YouTube or you're joining us in the Zoom room, is that even it is now? So today I'm joined by my lovely partner, and by partner I mean partner in crime, Josh. Josh Whitehead heads up or is part of the management team for the external sales. Say hello, Josh.
Hello.
Hello, Josh. No one ever does that joke when I do it. It's like, hello, Josh. Hello, Josh. No one ever does it. It's so frustrating. But basically, yeah, so Josh is part of the management team for the external sales. He has a very broad depth of knowledge in the sales field himself, been on a couple of different companies, let's say, so seen both sides of the coin, the install and the distribution side. So he's a valuable asset to me and the marketing team and feeding stuff back into us. What we're going to do today is run through the sort of the price list. It won't be pricing in there for obvious reasons, but we're going to try and show some of the new products that we've introduced in the latest price list to get your mind thinking. Some of you may not have time to look at the price list that we send out, and I know you're bombarded by information by lots of people in this sort of era right now, but this might help cut through that clarity, or give you the clarity and cut through the fog to show you the products that we've introduced since the last price list, sort of talk a little bit about them, how they're useful, why we brought them in. It's not just Hikvision, there's some other standout technologies as well. Hopefully Josh has got some experience from his customer and from his sales team that he can chip in and give back. So hopefully you'll find it really entertaining being stuck between myself and Josh. Why wouldn't you want to spend 30 minutes looking at, well, certainly Josh, I don't know about me, like, you know.
You're making me blush.
I'm making you blush, I can tell. You know, who would want to look at Josh, a fine specimen of a man, huh? So, and you can see he's done the whole lovely DVS branding with his bottle on he's learning well. And then there's me with this behind me. So we're on point, Josh, we're on point. So what I'm going to do is share my screen quickly. When I remember how to do it. Share, go, minimize. Okay, so you can see this is what our price list looks like. It's in an Excel format. I've removed the pricing. I hope I've removed most of the pricing. I've just realized that Jake, yes, that's Jake from the marketing, didn't do a price list without pricing in it for this webinar. So he can be bent over my knee later, and we'll social distancing. He can't do that anymore, can we? But we'll find some sort of suitable punishment for him. But to be fair, we wish you all the best, Jake. I know you've got something going on in a minute, so my thoughts are with you. So, but what we're going to do now is, you can see from the price list, I guess a lot of people, and I get you're going to testify to this, the price list has been built up to this standard over many years of refinement. And your team, Josh, the external sales, is speaking to your customer base, feeding that back into the marketing guys and myself to see how we can develop and grow this. Now, we've tried to make this sort of the best in the industry, or that's what we're always going to say for obvious reasons. But I really do think that this cuts through definitely at the top level. What would you say, Josh?
Definitely. I mean, it's got better and better every time we release one. It's always just adding new information on to try and be better than everybody else, as always.
So hopefully you guys, you know, see how much time and effort, and this does take a lot of time and effort to sort of put together and to formalize into this lovely spreadsheet that you see before us. So on the front page, we call it the index. There's a lot of helpful things here. So you can navigate by all of the brands that we do there. The standout brands that we offer have all got a quick hyperlink to them. So if you're interested in any of the manufacturers or the brand names there, you can click directly on that one. I'll take you directly to that product. So it's a really nice and easy interface. We've also got how to use the quote builder. So Jake did a little sort of 2-minute video. So this price listing includes a quote builder. Now, Jake, if you want to know how to use it, get the price list, click on that, and there's a sort of 2-minute video on how to use the quote builder. It's really helpful, and it allows you to sort of formulate a quote that you can then send, either input online or on your online account, or you can send it to Josh and his team, and he can obviously then help you convert that to a quote and even tell you if it works. So it's a really sort of basic fundamental tool of how to build a system. You can watch the video at your own leisure. It's about 2 minutes long, and Jake does a great job of describing that. We've also got a link to the YouTube channel. So for those of you that want to see any of our videos and see the latest content, click on there. You'll be directed to our YouTube homepage where you're obviously going to subscribe, aren't you? And then you'll be able to watch any of the content that we do and be notified of it, more importantly. Real Installers Gallery. So that's our Real Installers Gallery where we put pictures and sort of have a bit of a laugh and a joke on there, and all your installers pictures and gallery goes on there. It also drives traffic from the end user. So the end users can see that, see the quality of the installations, and then obviously get in contact with the installers from there. We've had several instances of that, and I know Josh will, provide testament to that, where this sort of engagement where we're driving the traffic through to the installer base is really important for us. We're almost acting as a middleman at that point. You can agree on that?
Yeah, definitely. It's a good way of just seeing the sort of quality installs that most, all our customers are doing. And then if there's any end users that do find themselves on our website, mainly from your videos that you do, it means that they can obviously, come along and actually see who they want to, get in touch with.
Exactly. And in that area as well, because obviously it could be a geographical, so they can look at the geographical installers. A couple of things that we've added since the last price list we find really important. So again, watch how-to videos, log a tech call support online. So again, if you click this, it'll open up a new web page. You can actually request a tech call back online now, as long as you've put the serial number in there and then click next and fill in the details. If the serial number matches the product that we've sold, it'll go through to the next stage where you can actually log a call and receive a call back from the tech guys. Now, we're really, really promoting the use of this online tech call. Obviously, with reduced work capacity at DVS, the way the phones are working, and obviously the increase in workload for those people that are still here, then we really, really do urge you to log a tech call online. The more people that do it, the more efficient it becomes, and the more we'll be able to help you. And you can do it 24/7. You can log it out of hours, and it'll really help you log a call, move on, and then a phone call back whenever we can get round to it. And the call wait time we keep as small as possible, and we're really trying to improve that customer experience. So we're a massive driving force, and you'll see a lot of social media campaign. It's really important to us that we're trying to drive traffic that way to give you a better experience. So back to the prices. Again, HSCA course, if you want to register, click on there and it'll take you to the registration page. We're not currently running that here at DVS now, but we will be looking to do something in the near future for online content. FAQ page, join a future webinar, and our customer forums there. So again, very quick and easy to click links that give you all of the focus around the technology, because we're very technology focused as a company. We're very pre and post supportive, and we hope that you guys that use us, generally will find the experience is very good, and we do understand the product and how to use it. And again, we don't always get it right, but who does? We try our best, and that's something that we keep driving through, correct?
Correct.
Good. I knew Josh was going to be on board of that. One of his main tasks is cracking the whip on the guys out there, and he does a very good job of it. And, and again, like you said, we're only human. We don't always get it right, but we do our best. Right. Okay. So moving on. So new products. Every price list we do now includes a new products tab. So click on the new products tab, and it brings you straight to all of the new products that have been added since our last price list. So if you're interested in the technologies that have changed or been added, that's the first place to go, straight to the new products page, and you'll be presented with all of those lovely products. Again, you can break them down by category there if you want to. If you want to break them down and look at a specific category, you can. We're going to quickly skip through the products we've added so you can understand those technologies and why we've added them. For instance, the new 2.1 series dome. So again, we class this as an internal dome more than external. We all are aware of the issues you get with the smaller 2.1 series domes when fitted outside. You can get the IR reflection, the fogging, etc. So it is recommended to install them internally primarily, because you do get better results without a shadow of a doubt. Any dome manufacturer will tell you if you get dirt, rain, dry, dust, it can affect the IR because it sits behind the bubble instead of being outside of the bubble. And it can obviously cause those issues, and it can cause maintenance, cleaning, blah, 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 blah. So they're promoted primarily for internal use. We do have some customers who use them externally. At that point, that is your choice. What we've done is introduced a 2 megapixel version of it. So it's really an eco sort of product now. 2 megapixel for us is the real entry level. It's the new sort of analog. And then most people are going for the 4 megapixel. I think you'll agree with that, Josh. Most of your customer base. 4
no,
8.
Most people is 4 megapixel now. 2 megapixel is kind of only really if it's specified, really. So.
That's correct. Like with the tender specifications, they're still putting 2 megapixel, or they just want a real entry level system and it's focused on cost. So again, that 2 megapixel cost offering. What you'll find is the new 2.1 series, the U on the end of the barcode dictates that it has a built-in microphone. So that's really handy if you want to monitor audio. And of course, this has to be in compliance with your local regulations and, within the standards, etc. But if you've got a need to monitor audio, that camera has a built-in microphone that will record audio and video, and the microphone pickup is really good. So around 10 meters, you can sort of hear that clear speech. And there are some parameters you can adjust, like the pickup volume and environmental noise filter. But again, really cost-based offering, but with a built-in microphone, because we saw a big surge in people needing to record audio in a certain area for whatever reason that may be. It doesn't include the audio output. That's just specifically built-in microphone. Again, 2.7 series. So we've actually, I've just spotted a mistake on this. They put the images the wrong way around. So if any of you clever people are watching it, those 2 images should be reversed. That's the 2.1. So Jake, make sure you get that right, please. Again, so the 2.7 series. So the 2.7 series, real cost-based offering, very focal lens, 2.8mm, all adjustable with the, remotely for the web browser or for the NVR, and it does have the input output audio, etc. if you want to connect that to it as well. But it is a cost-based offering, and again, most of the product we offer now is powered by Darkfighter. So there's 3 levels of technology. There's powered by Darkfighter, Darkfighter Lite, Darkfighter, and then Darkfighter X. So technically there's 4. These powered by Darkfighters, the performance is very, very good. I think most of your customer base now will convert it to the powered by Darkfighter, Josh.
That's correct. Yeah, powered up, because the price difference is very, very marginal. Most people tend to go for the powered by Darkfighter just for the better nighttime image, to be honest. So
that nighttime image, I can't stress. If you haven't used the technology, we do this from 2 up to 8 megapixel, and then obviously soon 12, hopefully. But the 8 megapixel powered by Darkfighter, the guys that are using now in the field, the results I'm seeing, like we've got it fitted here, I got it on my house. Lots of our customer base have converted to that technology. Like you said, the price difference is small. The technology is outstanding. And, the difference between powered by Darkfighter and the color view is the fact that the color view gives a much better image overall if you've got that supplementary light there and you use the white light that's built into it. But the 2 technologies are absolutely, class leading in my opinion. So we're going to move on now. So we've got the AccuSense camera range we brought in. We've got the 4 megapixel turret camera. So again, in 2.8 and 4mm. I think there's a bit of reverb on that, Josh. Let me just see it. It might be me. Let me just close it down a bit. Okay, so we got the AccuSense turret camera, 4mm and 2.8mm. AccuSense, if those of you that haven't used it but want to know a little bit more about it, the G2, so the G2 in the barcode there is generation 2 AccuSense. G1 is generation 1. As we know, the G2 version has got a more powerful AI engine. It also has object classification in the motion side now. The G1 version, the generation 1 version, you could only have the VCA rule or motion detection enabled at the same either or, sorry. You could have VCA or motion detection. G2 lets you have both again, so you have to toggle the mode. The AI engine algorithm, and this is more powerful. The object classification is more powerful, and it's obviously powered by Darkfighter as well. So it is a very, very good technology for that. If you don't want to go to the expense of the IDS technology, so the deep in mind technology for the false alarm reduction, the AccuSense is a good step up between the 2. So it's much better than the standard analytics, but not as good as, I'd say, the IDS Deep in Mind, but the price point is very different. And what you'll also see is you can add this technology in as a standout technology, mix and match into an existing recorder. So you don't need a special recorder for this. It does the event processing in the camera and then pushes it to the recorder for the linkage action. So you can add this technology into standard recording and sort of enhance that perimeter protection offering without the price point. Anything to add on that, Josh?
Just that the AccuSense and the Deep in Mind, obviously, you don't use together.
Oh, yeah. So good point. We have a lot of people who try to combine the 2 technologies, and I know why Josh is mentioning that because we had quite a drawn-out conversation on this. The Deep in Mind technology doesn't require AccuSense. It actually doesn't enhance the performance at all. If you enable the Deep in Mind technology. The technology is done on the NVR. It isn't done at the camera, and therefore the camera technology is almost irrelevant at that point. You're just looking for superior image quality. So yeah, good, very good point to raise there. And I think a lot of people will be glad that you did. The two technologies, whilst they can coexist, they don't complement or enhance each other. So thank you for raising that. Very, very good point. We've also got it with a built-in microphone. Again, there's been a big market drive to include a microphone in these products. You don't have to use the microphone. If you don't want the microphone, you don't enable the audio recording. So it's just optional, but it does include that built-in microphone. And again, the rise in the popularity of the black cameras, a whole new range of black cameras. We've seen a surge in people wanting the black technology for, new fits, architectural reasons, whatever that may be. That has become a really popular choice. So we've added a lot of black cameras into the most popular camera range. If there's a camera technology that isn't in here as you see it, and you want it in black, please speak to Josh's team. We can get most products in black. There's just going to be a lead time on that. Okay, so again, same technology but in black. We've upgraded the 4 megapixel internal dome again, so it says powered by Darkfighter with the older casing. This one has got a large output. It doesn't have the built-in microphone. Okay, so we're just upgrading it to 4 megapixel, and you can see there internal use only. Then we have the new version, AccuSense. So again, there's a lot of offerings here. So again, the 2-1 style, small housing. This has got the AccuSense technology, the G2, so the enhanced AccuSense. It's also got the built-in microphone with alarm input and output. So there's a lot of flexible choice in this price. As you can see, there really is a product for every application. And we just adding these products in to really complement you guys and to make it easy to shop at DVS. We've added the 4 megapixel pancake camera, egg camera, whatever. There's so many different weird words used for this camera, but it is a really nice camera, really small profile, external IR. So the IR is outside of the bubble, so it gets around that infrared glare refraction issue. And it's got the audio input and output, but also built-in microphone and powered by Darkfighter. So a really popular choice for those that want a really small, low-profile camera, but still have a lot of flexibility. And we've also got the very focal 2.7 dome. So those of you that want a dome, you prefer your dome cameras for whatever reason, because again, we've all got our preferences, aesthetically or just personal. You can actually use the dome with the G2 AccuSense, and that has built-in very focal lens, PA enhancement, and also the audio. Okay, so again, moving on, still staying with the AccuSense theme, we've got the turret camera. My audio's gone a bit funny. Does this sound funny to you, Josh?
Yeah, I don't know if it was my computer or not. It seems to be kind of...
Just put yours on mute for a minute and we'll see if it improves it a sec. It might be feedback. Okay, we'll see, and we'll sort of go from here. But there was a problem with Zoom, as we all know. The government had a problem with Zoom, and there's been one this morning when I did it with audio, is cross mixing audio. But we'll continue. We'll soldier on. We're like that. We're never going to let a little problem like that get in our way. And Josh is smiling there. So again, this new turret form factor, we've had a lot of good feedback. I actually like the aesthetic look of the new turret cameras. I think it's aesthetically pleasing. We also do it in an 8 megapixel. So those of you that want AccuSense in the 8 megapixel with that enhanced VCA, again, you've got that technology there. The AccuSense really is such a good camera with the enhanced VCA, the powered by Darkfighter. It's got depending on the model, so we do the AccuSense version that's got the built-in loudspeaker for audible warning and flashing light, etc., plus just the standard one with the flashing light. It really is a powerful device. So if you haven't used the AccuSense, then go and watch the videos we've done on YouTube and really try and buy into that technology. Moving on, we've got the bullet cameras in the AccuSense technology. So we've got the fixed lens and varifocal bullet camera. Depends on what you're looking for. 2.8mm is always the most popular. We've got 2.8mm and 4mm and the varifocal 4 megapixel. 4 megapixel, as we've already discussed, is sort of the default resolution now. So we've always try and start at that benchmark default resolution and then build up from there as the popularity or the demand increases. This little camera is a really interesting one. If you haven't seen the video, there's a video there. Go click on it, go and watch it. It's part of the new PanaView family. So there's two versions of this. We're only stocking the 8 megapixel version. So 2 8 megapixel cameras, so 2 4K cameras in the same housing, both independently. Oh, that looks a bit of a strange gesture. 2 independently variable lenses. So you could fit it in a corridor, one look one way, one look the other, at an intersection, whatever that may be. There's 2 cameras, 1 housing, 1 cable, 1 PoE source, really time saving, really well constructed. Like I said in my video, you could swing that and probably kill somebody. It's that well constructed. It's a really, really nice bit of kit. And again, 8 megapixel version, and it's got some enhanced VCA offerings inside that product as well.
Getting a lot of interest on that camera.
Exactly. After that video, we had a lot of interest, like you said, from your sales team. A lot of the inquiries came back from the sales team that they really had a need for this camera, moving past quite the need that the current environment is now. I do think that will be a popular product. That leads us on to another new PanaView product, which is this 360 32 megapixel stitched PanaView PTZ. Now, this really is a high-end device. So it's got a 40 megapixel a 4 megapixel 40 times optical PTZ, should I say? Can't get the words out of my mouth, but it's a 360 image. So you get the 360 degree image, 32 megapixel with a 4 megapixel PTZ. Now, any movement within the PanaView can be linked to the PTZ that can track the movement and obviously give you that visual content. It can also be manually operated for an operator in a town center, public space, car park environment. So you're sort of capturing everything and using the PTZ to give you that enhanced detail. Really popular device. What I would say is speak to your sales team first. It's 32 megapixels. So really you want to be offering that on a special Super I series NVR, and there's some limitations on how many you can add, etc. Or you can add it on an I series and reduce the PanaView to just 8 megapixels just to give you a general overview. But again, speak to your sales team. Josh's team will be more than happy to pick that inquiry up with you. But they are at the high end. They are, part of the real Ultra series, we call that. We've also got finally moved over to the Wiegand version of the 7-line ANPR camera. So the 7-line ANPR camera has been a very, very popular camera for us. Again, video on YouTube, lots of material around this. Really, really popular. 2 lens sizes, 2.8 to 12 and the 8 to 32. This has the addition of a Wiegand output. The Wiegand output, generally, we sell this for use into a Paxton system. You can link it directly into a Paxton reader head on an ACU and then use that to control an ANPR egress into a site using their software and our hardware. That is very, very popular. The 7-line has got a much better algorithm and performance than the older 4-line. So again, we just moved over to that. So we do that in the Wiegand and non-Wiegand. If you don't have Paxton and you wanted another system, perhaps that had Wiegand, let us know and we'll see. We may not have tested it, but it is a 26-bit Wiegand output. So generally it probably should work. We might just have to do a bit of integration around it. But again, really popular and specifically around Paxton. So another interesting product which we've ordered in. So we're just waiting for stock to land on this. So it's a good time to do this video. Now, for those of you that use facial recognition, and for whatever reason you use that, and there are multiple reasons, it is a bit of a sensitive subject. But this turbo DVR now has the ability to do facial recognition within the DVR itself. Typically, we had to always use a IDS face rec NVR and an appropriate camera. Now we can use the turbo DVR itself on this special version with the FA on the end, face algorithm. That means we can have one channel of face recognition. So you could have a small retail outlet or small premises where only one camera is required. So that becomes quite a cost-effective way of delivering facial recognition to a customer in a turbo system. Now, we are waiting for stock to land and there will be videos to follow. But again, I know Josh has been keen in driving this technology through his sales channel. And then if you've got any inquiries or you want to know a little bit more, the video will follow shortly, or please contact Josh and his team and they'll be happily take your inquiry. Body temperature measurement solutions. Now, we've done a lot of material around this, and Josh's team, this is probably the bulk of their work right now, is this thermal screening solutions that we offer. It is a hot topic. Some people love it. Some people don't like it. You've all got your own reasons why you do or don't like it, and we're not here to have that argument today. We're here to tell you that this is what we can offer you. If you have a separate argument, then please, or you need more information, then let Josh's team know and they can feed it back into me. There's a lot of material around this, a lot of videos on setup, deployment and how effective this is. and the products we can offer within our YouTube channel. So please go and watch that, as well as a lot of PDFs that we offer. But basically, the camera is there to do the temperature screening on an individual on the surface skin temperature. And if it basically goes over the threshold that you set in there, which is generally 37.5, 38 degrees, an alarm is generated, image sent, and then you can do second, third line testing. So it is a frontline mass screening product. There's enough content out there for you to understand what this is already, and many of you already know what this product is. Josh will jump in here now and probably tell you how successful we've been with a lot of this product. There's a lot of case studies around this. You know, it was even on the BBC last.
I haven't heard much about these cameras, to be honest. I don't think there's really been too much information on them. They've been extremely popular at the moment, and like you said, if anything, it's to help get that first stage or step in there, isn't it? So for a business to put something there just to help and hand them.
The audio is quite bad your end, Josh, by the way. I don't know if it's the microphone on your system or something. I'm not quite sure. If you've got headphones or something you can plug in just so the guys can hear you a little bit better, but it was sort of breaking up a bit. But yeah, you are right. There's a lot of content out there. There's a lot of successful case studies. You guys are there ready to take these inquiries. It is a hot topic right now. Again, if you need any more information, get in contact with Josh and his team, and they will be happy to take your inquiry and give you as much end-to-end support as required. Bullets, turrets, different lens sizes. Also handhelds available for those of you that want the handhelds. Black box unit. Again, we really suggest the use of this black box calibrate unit to increase the accuracy from 0.5 to 0.3. It also gives that stable environment, or the stable read environment, for the camera to give its optimum performance. So it's really strongly suggested that you do use that black box. We've also got the walk-through gates, again, a really popular device. And this is something that I've actually fitted at DVS today. And there'll be a video shortly on this. So it's a metal walk-through with the camera fitted on it. So you get metal detection for any hidden objects, theft, or dangerous objects for events. Plus you get the thermal screening solution built in. So it's a 2-in-1 solution. Really easy to deploy. You bolt it together, stick it on the network to receive the events. It's a really, really nice product. We got a lot of interest in it. There's been a lot, quite a few of these sold already. A good way of using this, even if you don't use the metal detector, it actually creates a funnel. So you can actually funnel traffic through this metal detector for the accurate screening, because you can put tensor barriers sort of either side of this to create that walkway, and people have to walk through it. They can't sort of try and go a different way. You're purposely and deliberately driving that traffic through a given walkway and tunnel, and then given somewhere for that camera to be fitted. And again, you get the added bonus of a metal detection, so more around events or store theft and stuff like that. So really powerful device, and I know Josh's team are taking a lot of inquiries on that right now. We've also got the facial recognition terminal unit with the thermal screening solution built in. The video went live yesterday. So again, on our YouTube channel, this product does 2 modes. It offers you the facial recognition access control, so secure access control via facial recognition with temperature screening, or just a temperature screening device. So you can temperature screen everyone who comes up to a door. Temperature is accepted, it's under the threshold, and that would trigger the relay, which would open the door. So every single person would have to get screened and it would open the door, but you're not using the facial recognition element for any access control. So there's 2 operating modes: facial recognition with temperature for the security aspect, or just temperature deployment and a deliberate action of everyone to be screened to then go through a door. If the screen is abnormal, the door doesn't open, and then you can isolate them and do whatever that needs to be done. Then we got all the fittings, so the tripods, the adapter plates, and etc. So again, speak to Josh's team. This product that we're moving on to now has not been seen in the UK before, and it's a brand new to DVS. We literally just got it across the line before the prices went live. So this is what the product is, I'm going to tell you, and there is a video to follow on this. This product is it's a French manufacturer. It was born out of France. It's a very, very, very intelligent product. It's audio detection by AI, and what this does is detect abnormal sounds. So that could be a vehicle crash, gunshot, screaming, an explosion. All of these sounds that we'd associate with an issue as such have been learned in this AI algorithm. So the idea is you fit this device, whether it's a public area, in an office, wherever that may be, because they do both. Lots of different solutions. If you look down here, they do internal, external, different ranges. and different sort of different application models. The idea of it is it detects that sound, it then links to a PTZ, so the operator in a control room would get a notification that something's happened. So let's say an explosion happened, the sound scanner knows where that explosion has come from. It would take charge of the PTZ and put that PTZ in the location of the noise. The operator then can quickly identify if that's something that they need to deal with, or whether it's just coincidental and there's actually no need to actually do anything to it. So it's a way of integrating sound via AI into a PTZ system control room environment to give you that real, listening edge. Because, whilst the cameras have eyes, they don't have ears generally. This is the ears to the eyes. And when you combine video and audio together, especially when you start pumping AI through stuff, it becomes a very, very powerful solution. So whilst I haven't done a video yet, there is one to follow. They're a lovely French company, very nice to deal with. And it's a very, very professional product. So if you want any more details, let us know. We'll get those details across to you and we'll help design a system that will obviously work in the environment you want it to work.
That looks exciting.
It's a very exciting product. It's one that I'm hoping once this sort of settles down, that the product becomes part of the normal deployment, especially in like a public area, etc., social unrest, that kind of thing. I do think it definitely events, the event market. So whether it's a concert, Olympic Games, that kind of thing, like, it's definitely got a lot of applications and stuff that we haven't even thought of yet. So again, let Josh's team know and we can speak a little bit more about that. Really exciting product, and we're very happy to have them on board. So Sensivic, you can look them up online if you want to know more. There's a lot of videos online that show how their product works in the short term. Okay, so moving on to monitors, we've replaced some monitors, basically upgraded the Hikvision monitors, so they're new thin bezels. So everyone's moving across this really ultra thin bezel design. It's classy, modern, and just, that's the CCTV market is no different to the consumer market. And we all want modern, nice, clean, classy, and that's what these products are doing, moving across to that. We're no different in that aspect. In some aspects, we drive that consumer market. So new monitors. We've got also a new KVM pull-out rack. So those of you that build your own racks and you want to pull out KVM monitor, laptop type thing, then we can offer that now. New intercoms and access control. So again, a lot of video content around this, but this new intercom, I'm classing it as an intercom Wi-Fi doorbell. Really, really powerful. Links to an indoor station and has the high connectability. It also has the access control card functionality. So it's a really powerful solution with the door output on there. So you can actually open a door. It's not like the EZViz doorbell we sell where it'll notify the app, but you can't actually open a door. This takes it one further and has a very eco entry-level access control system, but also with the relay output. So it's a powerful, powerful system. It looks nice and small and wouldn't look out of place on any domestic or commercial building. We've also replaced the Villa door stations. So this is now Villa Generation 2. So the older ones were non-standard PoE. It was passive PoE, 24-volt DC. We're now over to standard PoE. So it makes the system very integratable into an existing network. And it's much easier to integrate. You don't need the special power boxes anymore. Standard PoE. And again, full access with the indoor stations, backward compatible, high connect, lock outputs. Really, really powerful solution. And again, built-in readers, all backlit, and it has the IK08 vandal resistance where the other units didn't. And then we've got the rain shield and back boxes and with that as well. So we've got currently the 1 and 2, and there's a 4 to come, a 4-button one of that to come. And then we've got some kits. So we've got the doorbell, that one up there with the indoor station and a PoE switch as a kit. Then we've got the Villa door station and an indoor station as a kit, and you can add to that. A white indoor station. Most of the market, again, because they're fitting them in domestics, they wanted to drive it as a white look. The black look that we used to sell looked out of place, I guess. So they wanted the white. So we swapped over to the white surround on the indoor station. This new product is this here. Let me just bend over. That new product there. So this is a Face Enrollment Station, actually. So Face finger and card as an enrollment station for Hikvision. So if you're using Hikvision intercoms, access control, Hike Central, this is the product you want. Stick it on the network, stick a USB card in it, power it, and you can enroll everything from one device. So that's our new enrollment station, and I will do a video on that, but it becomes invaluable if you're using it as a large-scale access control, because everything is done through one. You don't need separate devices anymore. And then we've got the rain shields for the different products. And again, if you're fitting outside, we highly suggest you use the rain shields.
But these intercoms have been really popular, really popular.
Oh, phenomenally.
Well, the modular intercom, and then this Gen 2, the Villa stuff as well, is going to be really.
I think so. It's got a more modern, classy look, and I'd say, I think, you know, your thoughts are probably similar to mine. Well, I know they are because we talk regularly about this. You know, in this given sort of day and age when we're trying to sort of limit the amount of people we have in a building, or at least control access to a building so we know who is in or out of the building. The intercom product, there's been a surge in it because they're fitting at the front doors, and then that has to ring the indoor station or your phone. You can take the call and then allow somebody in the building if you feel it's necessary. So you restricting access to people that you don't want in your building, the pre-COVID-19 that you were probably not really conscious of. So this product sort of does lend itself, you know, to that application. I think you'd agree on that, Josh.
Definitely. And the IK8 rating as well is key.
You're right, because our customer base has driven that, you know, that they wanted an improvement on the vandal resistant offering. So again, that IK08 will satisfy a lot of people. You know, it's not IK10, but again, that's another product that we are looking at right now. But the IK08 should satisfy some people at least.
Yep.
Okay, so moving on, we've got the Rj45 Crimpers. So we bought our own branded crimpers in, just why not? You know, we're going to give some away as a competition. We're going to give some away as prizes, and we're available to sell. So it's a nice professional crimp tool, because what we found is a lot of problems we're getting is from people using old or cheap crimp tools that maybe £2 or £3 off eBay. You know, these aren't very expensive, but the quality is good. They're from a manufacturer that make a lot of other crimp tools. Branded crimp tool, so I know the quality is going to be better than some of the cheaper quality anyway, let's just say that. So it's an effort to make you guys have a crimper that really does work and reduce your faults or return to site, or especially technical issues that you might see. But we'll give some away as some competition as well, and we'll probably give some to the salespeople. So if you're lucky enough to be Josh's customer, you might even chuck some through the post, or from 2 meters away as he's passing anyway.
Drop them on your doorstep.
Exactly that, yeah, and spray him down. The next thing we bought, and we teamed up with a lovely guy, John, for the Gdr Compliance Pack. So this pack is a GDRP compliance pack. You keep it on site, you fill it in. It's like a record of the system, maintenance, service, contact details, all of this stuff, USB evidence. So if you want to record evidence or take evidence off the system to provide it to a third party, whether there's the police, the court, legal, whatever that may be, it's got a full evidence, USBs in there, you record serial numbers, write it down, fill it in. All the parts can be ordered separately past that. If you use all 20 USBs or whatever it is, then you can obviously order more. But again, it's really powerful, this pack. And again, most people that are doing large systems are buying into this pack, not so much domestic, but the larger commercial, industrial, they are buying this pack, leave it on site for the customer to use as required. It's a really nice interface, and to show you being compliant with GDPR as well, which is quite important. Now, Hayden have done a great thing. So these two power supplies here have replaced 6 power supplies that Hayden did, which is quite a phenomenal amount for us and for you. The power supplies are sort of this big. They are really quite small in size now. They used to be this big. Now they're sort of this big. So reduced in size. The electronic componentry in there is obviously improved over time. So the case in size is reduced, but we've replaced 6 offerings with just the 2. And again, they're much smaller. So you can have the 9-way 12-volt 5-amp or 16-way 12-volt 10-amp. There's lots of PSU offerings from Hayden and that we sell further through the price list. Again, they're just 2 new offerings that will really help drive that neatness. And we also do the power over coax. So for those of you that use POC turbo, power over coax turbo, we do the balance from Hayden now. So this allows you to do sort of 50 meters over Cat5. So you can have a 50-meter run, put these balance each end, and still use the POC from the DVR to power a POC camera over the Cat5 or Cat6 that you have in place. It is a much shorter distance than PoE will go over coax, because obviously the copper content and the cable gauge is much thinner, but it is possible to do POC over balance, and they're the parts you need there. And they're sold as a pack. We also do a lovely paint offering service now. So we teamed up with a really great company based in England. They will offer any RAL color at any finish. So whether you want matte, silk, eggshell, whatever sort of that finish is, sparkly gold unicorns. Tell us what RAL color you want on the finish. If you want a camera, so that basically there's a cost. So we do 1 camera, 20 camera, and then bracket and bracket. They will do other stuff. So if you want like swan necks, AMPR cameras, I don't know, whatever, like something that's not a PTZ or a static camera, let us know, and they will do anything for us. If you want your car resprayed, let us know and we'll get a quote for you. It's absolutely no problem. If you want bright pink luminous ladders, again, they'll do that at a cost. It's basically cost per camera. That's the ones that we think are going to sell the most. But all we need to know is the RAL color you want, and obviously the finish. We send them off. They'll professionally finish it, send it back to us, and then you can have the product finished in that specification. It doesn't void the warranty. If you always say is we have to leave the serial number visible. So on our RMA, if that ever happened, we could obviously trace the product. What it does do is affect the advanced replacement. So if the product for some reason goes faulty, and it's normally for incorrect fitment, let's just say that, then we can send the product back for repair, but you will have that product back because obviously you've customized it with that RAL color. We wouldn't advance replace it and obviously spray it to your coating at our cost. So just remember that. It doesn't affect the warranty, but it does affect advanced replacement. TP-Link, we've added some TP-Link smart home stuff. So TP-Link, everyone knows them, really great brand, and they do some great smart home products. So we've got the power line adapters, we've got the 600 and the gigabit one, so it depends on the application that you're using. We've also got the smart Wi-Fi home plug, so you can turn the product on and off through their smart app when you link it to Wi-Fi, and the same with this smart Wi-Fi power strip. So it's in a direction for us we're trying to consciously move towards, is going across that smart AV offering. So we're offering, you know, products that really fit into the guys who are in the smart AV products or really want to enhance their product offering to their customers. So it's important for us to keep drip feeding these products in for you to buy into them and offer that as a really powerful service to your customer. So they're really helpful devices. And again, it's something that we're very conscious that we keep adding to and refining as we move forward. And this is normally Josh's fault because he drives, their team drives all this. Nightmares they are. Salespeople, you'd have them. The next thing I really want to talk about is the NUC. So we introduced 3 NUC form factors, so the i3, i5, and i7. The NUC, for you, those of you that don't know, looks like this. It's a very, very small device in comparison to my iPhone. The NUC is a really powerful device. That's an i7, so effectively really small form factor. It can run software. You can use it as a desktop PC. They got 2 mono outputs, Wi-Fi, LAN, blah 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 blah. Really, really powerful solid state drive technology. Different specifications, as you can see there, but they really work well as a client PC where you don't want to take up a lot of desk space for form factor, because obviously a desktop form factor is big. They really do no running parts, really, so they're very reliable, very robust, directly from Intel. So it's a powerhouse of technology. So something that we decided to consciously add, so you guys had a really refined offering that we know will work, different power levels, and obviously really small form factor, which is key because it makes the installation neat, and we're all about promoting that neatness and time and cost saving element. And you've had some good feedback around these products as well, Josh.
The NUCs, yeah, I mean, it's perfect little product to have on all kinds of installs where, like you said before, you can literally put some double-sided Velcro tape and stick it to the back of the monitor to run or IVMS or whatever it needs to be on a nice quick install. So yeah, it's a brilliant.
Don't do what I did. I used Araldite because I couldn't be bothered to go to Tool Station and wait to get double-sided tape. So I Araldited mine to the back of the monitor. It was mine, so I didn't care. But yeah, don't do that. There's a little tip, Dave's tip: don't Araldite it to the monitor. So hopefully you've sort of learned really we've introduced and why or how that technology can be useful to you. What I will quickly show you is within our price list, we've got some other new features. So anything green shows you've got a new sector in there. one thing I really want to promote is this Seagate rescue system. So the Seagate rescue system is a fixed price offering. So click on it, it'll tell you down here where it is. But basically, you buy that per drive. So if you've got 4 drives in a system, you buy a Seagate rescue voucher. It's probably the best way to describe it, per drive. You then activate it with the serial number. Seagate then, you go onto their web portal, activate it, use the voucher code and the serial number, which ties the two together. If in that lifetime, the 3-year warranty of the drive, something goes wrong, whether it's accidental deletion, virus, malicious, someone's pulled out the hard drive and thrown it in a river. I mean, any sort of different applications. What you can actually do then is get the drive, phone up Seagate through this system. They will then give you an advanced replacement drive to put into the system to then get it back and running again. They recover the drive, you send it back to Seagate, and they will try to recover the data that is on the drive, whether it's corrupt, malicious, whatever that is. They have a 95% success rate of recovering that data from a drive, which is extremely high. In fact, it becomes more reliable than RAID. So in fact, when people want RAID systems, I try to promote using the rescue service, because with RAID, if no one's keeping an eye on it and multiple drives fail, the whole RAID drive falls down, the system's then not recording, then you have to go out, establish which drives have failed, rebuild the RAID, and that can take ages. This Seagate rescue, there's obvious reasons to use RAID, don't get me wrong, but this Seagate rescue adds another potential offering in, and for the small cost in this to get that, sort of 3-year advanced replacement and data recovery is bloody amazing. So it's highly promoted to use that service, and if you want to know more, go speak to Josh and his team. Another couple of things, if we got a black camera section, so if you want to look for black cameras specifically, that's all in one individual section. The only other thing I want to look at, so body temperature is all in its own section now, but we've already been through that. Queue management, so again, we're seeing a rise in this store density social distancing system. So we have a video and a PDF around that. So it's in its own section within the price list. So people counting camera, and then we have it. You can have the people camera on its own with a traffic light. You can have the people counting camera with an iSeries NVR with custom firmware. People counting camera on Hike Central. So there's 3 solutions, really depending on what you're looking to achieve for the customer, what their budget is, and how you want to control it. So I'd say 3 different offerings. The solutions are sort of all bundled up there. But again, speak to Josh and his team, and they'll help clarify on that. There's been a lot of interest in this queue management, social distancing, store density, whatever you want to call it, label it. There's a lot of solutions. There's a solution for every cost on our price list, and the guys in the sales team will help clarify or design a system for you. Other than that, I think we're sort of about there, really. Video fire detection, again, SecureX is something you want to keep up with, and I think that's it for us, mate. I think we're sort of there.
Yeah, only thing I would add is obviously with it being a price list, you can obviously save it locally as well, so you can access it at any point if you don't have internet connection or whatever it is, which is always pretty useful, especially if it's set to your pricing as well, so you can see exactly how much something's going to cost you. And then another little life-saving tool that I use definitely on a daily basis, especially if you know all your back boxes like Dave probably does, but most people don't, on the IP and turbo cameras, next to that camera, it will list the back box as well, which is
good point.
An absolute godsend.
I'd say you're absolutely right. As Jake didn't put a price list in without prices, I know this is a trade price list anyway, but I don't want to click on too many links in case all the pricing starts coming up. But hopefully, people have found this really beneficial sort of talk, really, to show the new products, how they can be implemented, or at least plant seeds in their head, and they can obviously then ask questions, or at least be armed with the knowledge that they may have access to products that they didn't have pre this price list, and it can really help them offer something to their customer base, and then obviously drive that work demand through. Yeah. So I'd say thank you very much, Josh, for joining me. You've been invaluable as always. And again, if you don't follow Josh on LinkedIn, go follow him. I don't think he has his own YouTube channel, but have fun looking anyway. In fact, I might go and look myself, but definitely go and add him as a contact on LinkedIn. Anything more, contact us here, or drop your sales rep an email or a phone call. Stay safe, stay tuned, stay subscribed, and we'll see you next week for another informative webinar. Cheers, guys. Cheers, and thanks a lot, Josh.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye bye now. Bye.